guys, if you have not turned your homework yet, just keep it at your desk and I will pick it up. Okay? Yes, there was only like four problems for this time. So for the bell ringer, Ashley's shopping bill is automatically deducted $65 from her bank account every month. How much will she deduct for the year? So for this problem, who can tell me how to figure out this problem?
Multiply.
What do I multiply, Mr. Eric?
65 times 12.
And how do you know I multiply by 12?
Cause they say, how much will she, how much the total for the year?
For the year?
12 months.
Okay, so 12 months for the year, so I multiply 65 times 12. Very good.
Yeah.
So I have 65 times 12. So Mr. Eric, come work it out for me. Talk loud and explain. You got 65 times 12. Huh?
2 times 5 is 10.
Okay.
6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13.
All right.
1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 6. And 1 times 6 is 6.
Okay, you got it. Keep going. And we add the numbers up together.
5 plus 3 is 12. 12.
You may want to write to the right side because you don't have enough room to copy. So you got 130 plus,
It's 7, no, 8, 820.
how about you rewrite it so you can see it? So you got 130 plus 650. No, don't erase it all, just rewrite the 130 plus 650. Yes, I do. And now here, what is 3 plus 5? 8.
Oh.
Let me look it up, Ms. Williams. So what's 3 plus 5?
Oh, that's 8.
Okay, let's go ahead and change it. And we can erase it as well. You got it, Mr. Eric. 130 plus 650. So did we all get 780?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So guys, go ahead and put away your bell ringers. Remember, this is the third entry so far this week. You have one Monday, Tuesday, and today. So that's the third one. So go ahead and put away your bell ringers. Now, let's take out some paper so we can take some notes over solving multi-step equations. Okay? We did that Monday, so we're just going to do a continuation. Okay? So put away your bell ringers and get out some paper. So we can take notes over multi-step equations. Wait. You got it?
I have no idea.
Okay. Let me take a step on. You almost got it? Okay, here, let her write your problems down. Your question down. Got it. You got it? Okay, there we go. Now, for today, we're gonna be able to multiply, not multiply, but we're gonna use the property of, we wanna equal out something, so it's called, what's that word? Equal, no, it's not equality. Equality. So we're going to use the properties of equality and the distributive properties to solve equations containing parentheses. So now, on your paper, remember that when solving two-step equations, who can tell me the first thing that we did whenever we had to solve our two-step equations? It was something I told you all to do to the first thing. Yes, ma'am. Well, yes, we must do the opposite of something. But remember I said to box something in? Box the one that has the letter in it, which is the variable. And then move something over. So remember, when solving two-step equations, you have to move the number that is not connected to the variable first, and then isolate the variable to get the letter by itself. Okay? So remember, movement is addition or subtraction only. So guys, on your paper, let's go ahead and take some notes. Okay? Now, for example, write down this problem. We have 2n plus 3 equals 11. 2n plus 3 equals 11. And just like what we did Monday, we're just going to solve two-step equations. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll take that later. So we have 2n plus 3 equals 11. And since we already did this problem already, I want somebody to come do it for me. Simone. Now, she's only going to explain what we already learned Monday. And she's going to talk loud so we all can hear. So we have 2n plus 3 equals 11. Okay, you want to change the color? That's fine.
Okay, first you're gonna subtract, 3 from both sides because it says plus 3 up here. So you subtract 3 right here and 3 to the other side.
Now, guys, remember what I told y'all about the equal signs?
You got to separate it.
Yeah, because I like to put a line down my equal sign. That's how I keep my equations balanced. Okay? Because what I do on one side, I do to the other side.
Then you cancel out these two.
Okay?
And then you subtract 11 minus 3, which gives you 8, and you bring down 2n. Then you have to think, what times something, 2 times something will give you 8, and your answer is 4.
Now, let's go back. So now, remember, what's the opposite of multiplying? So we have 2 times n, and the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So, Ms. Simone, let's go ahead and divide both sides by 2. Let's divide both sides by, well, she did, but she didn't show her work for dividing. So let's divide both sides by 2. So underneath the 2n, let's draw a little line. Let's switch it back to the pen. There we go. Draw a little line. Not the highlight, the pen. There we go. So write 2n. Underneath the 2n, let's put the 2. Because we're dividing both sides by 2. And where's my little line at for division? Come on. There we go. We draw a little line like this. There we go. Division sign. So now what happens here?
You cancel out.
It cancels out. So I have n by itself. Okay, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. Very good. Now, great. I'm sorry. Thumbs up if you remember this from Monday. Okay, very good, very good. Now, another example. Okay, so now on your paper, let's write down 12n minus 4 equals 32. And I think Monday we had a lot of signs that had plus signs, but we really didn't see any that had the minus signs. But it's all, well, it's the same. Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's all, well, it's the same. Write this down. Okay, good. So we have 12n minus 4 equals 32. So first, on this problem, I will draw a line down my equal sign. Because my goal is I want to keep my equations balanced.
I can do it.
What I do on one side, I do to the other side.
I can do it.
Okay? Now, remember, I told you all that I love for you all to box in the number and the variable because it's connected together. and whatever's not connected to the variable must move to the other side, okay? So if I have -4, what's the opposite of subtracting 4? Adding 4. So if I add 4 to one side, in order to keep it balanced, I must add 4 to the other side as well. So what happens here?
You cut it out.
It cancels out. And remember, what I told y'all about something that's canceled out, you must have that number and its opposite to cancel out. Very good.
36.
The number and its opposite. So this cancels out. So I'm left with 32 plus 4,
36.
that's 36.
Bring out your.
I bring down my 12 in. So now, 12 times n equals 36. Or 12 times some number equals 36. So what's the opposite of multiplying by 12? Dividing by 12. So I will divide both sides by 12. And now I have n by itself. So n equals 36 divided by 12, I get 3. Okay? Now, thumbs up if you think this problem is too easy. Because now I want to challenge you all. Okay? I'm going to challenge you all. So, when I say challenge, that means that I want to add in some parentheses. Okay? We're going to be distributing. Distribute means to, let's see, multiply. Or anytime you have a parenthesis, that means to multiply. Parentheses means to multiply.
Yep.
Right, Mr. Webb, parentheses means to do what?
On the sheet.
Multiply. Okay, it does. So now, that means if I have a number on the outside of my parentheses, I must distribute to everything on the inside of my parentheses. So on your paper, go ahead and write down this example. My example number 3. So we're going to write down example number 3, and then we're going to distribute.
I'm not doing it. We'll try to do it.
Well, let me do it first, okay? And I'll give y'all a chance to do it too. So now, since I have the 7 on the outside of my parentheses, I need to distribute 7 to everything on inside, well, to everything on the inside of my parentheses. So I have 7 times 9. Then I have 7 times the k. So 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times k is just 7k. So I bring everything else down. I distribute the 7 to everything inside my parentheses, and I bring everything else down. Now, this problem might look confusing because normally we have the variable first before we have the real number.
So you just multiply 9 times 7 and 6, and you add 7. Wait, what you did? What you multiply?
I multiplied the 7 that was on the outside of my parentheses times everything on the inside.
Oh, so you multiply 7 times 9.
7 times 9 got
And then you
63.
brought down to 7k,
Mhm.
and then
Equals 84, okay? Now, I'm back to my two-step equation, okay? Now, normally, what do I box in every time?
The number in the
The number.
The number in the variable. I love the way y'all said variable. So I will box in the 7k. That means I need to move whatever's not connected over to the other side.
So 63 plus 84. I mean 63 plus.
Not 63 plus 84. What is the opposite?
Oh, 63 minus.
So if this is already a positive 63,
it gotta be a negative.
I must subtract 63. Not only on one side, but on the other side.
And then you cancel it out.
Because my goal is to cancel out. So I have 84 minus 63.
21.
I'm left with 21. Very good. So I bring down my 7k. So 7 times something equals 21. So the opposite of multiplying,
K equals 3.
the opposite of multiplying
Divide.
is dividing. So I divide both sides by 7.
Cancel out the 3.
So my k equals 3.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, 3. Now, guys, on your paper, not out loud, do not write out the answer. I want you to work out example 4, okay? Once you get your answer, raise your hand. If you get it right, you'll get a piece of candy. If you talking, you will not get anything. So try to work that problem out. So everybody has to try it. So we got 2. Open parentheses, x plus 4, close parentheses equals 20. So you have to try to work out the problem. Okay. Yes. Did you got it? Okay. Remember, it must say X equals something. Come on, you got it. You got it. You got it.
My mama knows. Johnny got it.
Good job, good job. You almost did it. You close, you close. And you got it, you got it. You, let's see. Where's your hands? You sure? No. Where'd it come from? Where'd it come from? I don't know, that's my problem. Okay, go into track. But once you track, you can answer. Yes, the marker is. I got it. I got it. Okay, guys, I'm still coming around. I'm coming around. Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, go ahead, explain. Remember, I want to hear you too. I want to hear you. Yes.
You got it. You got it. Multiply 2 times 8. You know,
Okay,
this, you got to draw arrow to x, and you got to put 2x.
Hey, what?
Because you can't time it. And you got to draw an arrow to
guys, remember, he's speaking, so we need to hear him.
2 times 4 gonna be 8.
Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8. Instead of putting that 4 there, what you should write? 8.
Then you gotta bring down the problem 20. You gotta bring down the x, and you gotta box that in. Then you gotta it's time. You gotta subtract 8 on, then you gotta do it on both
Yes,
sides.
very good, on both sides.
You gotta line down
Okay, track 8 on both sides.
stop.
I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming, wait. All right.
You got nothing. It's gonna be 6.
Okay, very good. The answer is 6. Very
Got
good,
it.
very good. Now, a lot of y'all got this problem correct, because remember, parentheses means to multiply. Okay, Okay, you must distribute. Here. Put the pen down for record. 'Cause that's gonna make y'all too hyper. Thank you. So now, next example. Now, since you all practice distributing, let's take it a step further, okay? A more challenging problem. Now, for example, what if I have 2x plus 6x? Okay, now,
I think I know.
if I have 2x boxes, let's think about it. If I have 2x boxes plus 6x boxes, how many total x boxes do I have, Mr. Alexander? If I have 2x boxes plus 6x boxes, about how many x boxes do I have?
Where?
So if I have 2x boxes plus 6x boxes, how many x boxes do I have total of? Well, it's not a tricky question. It's not a tricky question. If you have 2x boxes at your house, and your friend came over and gave you 6 more x boxes, how many do you have now? 8. So 2x plus 6x is 8x, okay? This is called combining like terms, okay? If you have 5m plus 4m, 9, okay? We just combining like terms. That's all we do, just combining like terms. So now, let's incorporate that into the equations.
Oh, I got it.
So now, first, pay attention to what I'm about to do. We have 2x plus 3 times x plus 5 equals 35. Remember, even with PEMDAS, we must multiply, not multiply, but we must do parentheses first.
Yeah.
So now, we already know how to distribute the numbers. So what must I distribute first?
The one in the parentheses.
The one in parentheses. So I have a 3 on the outside of my parentheses. So first I must distribute. So when I distribute, I have 3 times x, which is just 3x. Very good. 3 times 5 is 15. I cannot forget that plus sign. Equals 35. I still bring everything else down. What about my 2x?
I was just about to ask you about this.
I bring it down too. I just bring it down.
Oh.
Now, can I combine anything? Can I combine my like terms?
2x plus 3x.
I can combine 2x
It's
and 3x. Very good, it's 5x.
Bring it
So
down.
2x plus 3x
It's 5.
is 5x.
Bring everything up.
And I bring everything else down. Okay? So now, I'm back to solving a 2-step equation.
So this
You
is
got a box
this one.
and 5x.
I'm solving my 2-step equation, so now I can box things in, move things over.
Okay, that's neat.
Okay? I can box things in and move things over. Box it in and move it over. So now, you might want to box in your 5x.
Yup.
That means whatever's not connected needs to move to the other side.
So plus minus 50.
So your paper, go ahead and do it for me. Mr. Nicholas, what you want to move? What you want to move to the other side? What's the opposite of adding 15? Subtract. So if I subtract 15 on one side, I must subtract 15 on the other side. And I cross things out, they cancel. That cancels out. And then do my regular math. 35 minus 15. I'm left with 20, and I bring everything else down. So now I have 5x equals 20, so 5 times something will give me 20. But I want to show my steps. So what must I do to both sides? I must divide by the number in front of my variable. And my variable is just 11. So I divide both sides by 5. X equals
4.
4. X equals 4. X equals 4. Now guys, on your paper, go ahead and try my example number 6.
On you, so it ain't the same.
So go ahead and try my example number 6.
Okay.
Remember, first we must find the parentheses. And that number on the outside of the parentheses. Because that means we must distribute. You must multiply. One step at a time, one step at a time. So first you want to take that number on the outside of the parentheses and distribute. That means to multiply. Do your steps, draw your lines, so you'll be able to see it. And Mr. Blakey wasn't here, baby. So we taking 5 times and divided by 3. And since you love math, you better understand this. What's 5 times 3? 15, so I have 5 times 3x, which will be 15x, okay? Now I have 5 times 17, because I'm distributing. Everything on the outside must be multiplied by what's on the inside of my parentheses. So 5 times 17,
That's 85.
oh, it's 85. So I must bring down my minus sign too. And I have my 85. And I'll bring everything else down around it. Even that 5x as well. I can't forget that plus sign. So now I have 5x plus 15x minus 85 equals 55. And if I can combine like terms, I may go ahead and do so. Can you combine any like terms?
Yeah.
Can you combine something? Do you have any letters? I'm sorry, do you have any numbers up there that have the same letters? You got 5x plus 15x? That means to add the numbers together and keep that letter the same? What's 5 plus 15? So you left with 20x. So I'm combining like terms. 5 plus 15 is 20x. Bring down to minus 85 equals 55. And I just solve my two-step equation. Yes, please. You got the next step? What's the next step? You know what now? Okay, you want to do the opposite, add the opposite to both sides, so add 85 to both sides. So what happens here? It crosses out, it cancels out. So I'm left with my 20x equals, what's 55 plus 85? 140? 140. So now I can divide both sides by a certain number. Divide by 20 on both sides. So x equals, now remember we're dividing. If I have 2 zeros, what happens here? I can just cross out my zeros. And what's 14 divided by 2? Just 7. So x equals 7. X equals 7. Now, thumbs up if you understand these problems. Whether you have parentheses, whether you have to combine like terms, okay. Because now we can do some more examples. Some more examples. Now, on your paper, okay, I'm gonna pass out my buzzers. Remember how this works, okay? You all gonna do problems for me on the board. Okay, remember, if this lands, everybody will get a chance to get a turn. Okay, remember, once it go off, and if it does not land on your term at that time, you still gotta pass it back. Okay, still gotta pass it
Why
back.
we can't do what we did to push it ourselves?
You can't, cause all will not work, so it's unfair. It does not work, so it's unfair. Yes, sir.
No, he did.
Okay, lady. Now, you ready? This person will start with the first problem. And then you will explain to the entire class how you get the answer. Where's my pen? Come on, Miss King, come up. Everybody else pass it back. Remember, sometimes if you get stuck, you can phone a friend too for help. Okay. Here you go. And explain it. Now guys, remember, we have big numbers than before. Go ahead, I'm listening. We all listening. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ignore that.
Right, on.
There we go.
Oh, first we're gonna multiply the number closest to parentheses, so 9 times 6 is 54.
I'm sorry, guys. Everybody, you all must be trying this out as well, okay? So we're gonna make sure that you're gonna correct things. You also are practicing as well. You all should be writing this down too. Let's go ahead and distribute.
You write down your x and 9 times 10 is 90.
Now, Ms. Simone, I would love for you to draw your lines so I can see. Sometimes people, they love to be able to see what they're doing. There we go. Now we have 9 times 6 is 54. Now I see how I got 90 because 9 times 10 is 90.
Then you just start with two-step equation. So if it has plus 9 here, plus 90 here, you subtract 90 from